Comments into the chat as we go. We will not be able to take questions per se by raising your hand, but we would love to hear from you. I'm going to turn it over now to our nurse leadership team presenters.
Thank you so much, Sandy. I welcome you tonight as well. And my name is Kath from Kansas City, and my co-presenter today is Jean from Houston. And we're both AARP nurse volunteers that are vested in this topic of brain health. And so we're very happy to share with you the 6 pillars of brain health. But before Jean and I get started, I do want to read the disclaimer to you. We'll get it here in just a minute. I'll go ahead and start reading. This session is intended to be informational and educational and does not constitute medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. You should always seek the advice of a physician or other qualified health care provider for a diagnosis and treatment of your specific medical needs, and for any questions regarding your personal health or medical conditions, and before beginning or changing any treatment, activity, program, or dietary plan. AARP is not responsible for the consequences of any decisions or actions taken as a result of the information that will be provided tonight during this event. And now I would like to turn it over to Jean, who's going to start off with the good news about brain health.
Well, let's talk about that good news. Until recently, the prevailing scientific wisdom held that the human brain was pretty much formed and fixed early in life. Experts believe that at birth, our brains had all the cells we were ever going to have. I'm not a neuroscientist or a medical doctor, so I'm not going to go into the structure of the brain and how it operates, but what I will share with you today is based on research, and the good news is that regardless of age, our brain is constantly changing and can make new cells. The best part is that we can do a lot to help support our brain health and improve our quality of life. Experts say that only 30% of physical aging can be traced to our genes. Nearly half of dementias could theoretically be prevented by eliminating certain risk factors, many of which we have control over. Based on current brain research vetted for you by AARP's Global Council on Brain Health, we've identified 6 pillars associated with brain health. During this presentation, we will walk you through the 6 pillars and also share resources like AARP's online Staying Sharp program that will help you learn how to build brain healthy habits and have fun doing it. During today's conversation, we will discuss these 6 pillars of brain health. Be social. Stay socially engaged. Engage your brain. Learn new things. Manage stress. Address the mental and physical effects of stress. Ongoing exercise. Be active. Restorative sleep. Sleep better to enjoy the restorative benefits of this pillar, and eat right. Healthy food choices have many benefits. Even small changes can help contribute to and support your brain health. Today, we understand more than ever how brain health influences every aspect of our lives. Research continues to reveal how maintaining good health, good brain health, can improve our ability to think, learn, and adapt as we age. We now know that prioritizing brain health can help us add life to our years, not just years to our life, but life to our years. From reducing the risk of cognitive decline to enhancing emotional well-being, Strong brain health supports independence and vitality. The science reinforces that staying mentally engaged, managing stress, and making mindful lifestyle choices all contribute to a sharper mind and a fuller, more connected life. As we explore the 6 pillars of brain health, think about how these concepts can fit into your daily routine and how small changes can make a big impact over time. The first pillar of brain health is staying socially engaged. In-person connection is one of the best ways to stay socially active, whether it's meeting a friend for coffee, attending a community event, or joining a club or class. Face-to-face interaction helps keep our minds sharp and our spirits lifted. When in-person opportunities aren't possible, staying connected through phone calls or video chats like FaceTime or Zoom can still provide meaningful engagement. Studies suggest that people who have good social networks live longer and are physically and mentally healthier than people who are socially isolated. Connecting with other people is stimulating and challenging, and often adds meaning and purpose to our lives. In fact, experts say social connectedness is a key predictor of health and independence in later years. So stay engaged with friends, family, and community. Get involved. Do any one of these activities or several of them. In 2023, the US Surgeon General released a report titled Our Epidemic of Loneliness and Isolation, highlighting the serious health risks of social disconnection. According to the report, lacking social connection can increase the risk of premature death as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So lacking social connection can increase the risk of premature death, the same as if you smoked 15 cigarettes a day. The report also found that chronic loneliness and social isolation can increase the risk of developing dementia by approximately 50% in older adults. Chronic loneliness and social isolation can do that. So now let's hear from you. You see our text box in the bottom of your webinar chat. What are some ways that you're staying socially engaged these days? Just type your message in so we can see what you do to stay socially engaged. Oh, we have a lot of volunteering people. That's wonderful. Playing music is a wonderful one too. Music really helps. Masha, twice a week. Wow. Going out with friends for lunch, joining adult education. Oh, attending church, sewing groups, coffee, AARP activities. Thank you for saying that. Pickleball. Wow, that's good. Good. There's another pickleball. Playing games with seniors, subbing in schools. That's a great way. Getting involved with your grandchildren. Lunch with each child. Nice. Oh, you guys have got great ideas. Travel, dinner with family on Friday nights, dinner with friends on Saturdays. Ah, that's fabulous. Snow shoveling. I'm sorry. I live in Houston. We don't do that. Woodworking. Oh, these are some great ideas. Somebody still works full-time, has 2 dogs, and she's a lifelong learner. That person is really busy. Family gatherings. That's great. And coffee and brunch with friends. Oh, library programs. That's great. You must be in an area that has a great library system. Traveling. That's my favorite thing to do. You have wonderful ideas on what people can do. Here we have somebody who's really doing exercise, hiking, biking, and kayaking. Wonderful. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We're going to talk next about some of the connections that you can make. These are ideas that AARP has come up as connection resources. There's some volunteer opportunities on here, like Creating the Good, which is a way, there's an address there which will be sent, www.aarp.org, CTG. That's volunteer opportunities that exist at AARP. There's also AARP in your state. They have their own set of volunteer activities just in the state. Virtual community centers are available online through AARP. And also there's a program called AARP's Friendly Voice, in which you can connect up to these resources and listen to these in either English or Spanish. But you could join a club or participate in sports. Becoming part of a club or sports provides structure for social connections while keeping both your body and your mind engaged. Whether it's a book club, like some of you had mentioned, a walking group, or pickleball leagues, regular participation fosters a sense of belonging and supports brain health. Attending community events is another idea that's been in the webinar chat too. Community gatherings such as lectures and concerts and town meetings give you an opportunity to stay really informed, meet new people, and reinforce a sense of purpose. Engaging in local events strengthens your connections in the community, encourages lifelong learning, and gives you more connections to people that you can engage with on a regular basis. You might consider adopting a pet or pet sitting. Caring for a pet encourages routines, responsibilities, and companionship, all of which contribute to emotional and cognitive well-being. Even short-term pet sitting, which I know a lot of people do, provides meaningful engagement while you support the individuals that are out there traveling. Volunteer with a local nonprofit. This is a great way to give back while staying active. Whether mentoring youth, assisting with food distribution, or supporting an advocacy program, volunteering enhances social connections and mental stimulation. Our next pillar is to engage your brain. You don't have to earn another degree to get the benefits of discovering and learning new things. So let's discuss the importance of discovering and learning new things. Studies have shown there's a positive effect of challenging the brain in new ways throughout our life. Our brain is stimulated and makes new connections when we learn new things or pursue new interests. Those synapses can continue to grow in your brain. Engaging your brain is essential. Okay, engaging your brain is essential. You want to challenge your brain in new ways. Engaging your brain would help you maintain your cognitive health, and research continues to show the benefits of staying mentally healthy. By challenging yourself to learn new things and pursue fresh interests, you create opportunities for growth and connection. Curiosity keeps the mind flexible. It encourages lifelong learning and deeper engagement with the world. Thinking critically and exploring different perspectives strengthens problem-solving abilities and helps build resilience. These habits support brain health, helping you to stay sharp and adaptable as you age. So let's hear from you at this point. Challenge yourself. Tell us what you're doing to learn new things. And you can put it down in the chat at the lower corner. Oh, a new language. That is a challenge. 2 cats that help you save you every day. Okay. Duolingo. That's a tough one to learn another language. Sewing. You started sewing as a senior. That must be great. Learning about caregiving. That's an important thing, is to learn about those things that may affect you in the future and are affecting your friends right now. Taking violin lessons. Wow. Learning to play mahjong. I'm at that level, learning to play. Learning to paint. Oh, wow. We have budding artists here. Contra dancing. Learning new songs. Practice using your right brain because you're more left-brained. Interesting. Playing the piano for your grandchild. Oh, you're writing a screenplay. Wow. Brain gym. Sewing and writing newsletters and devotion for ministry. Billiards. Okay. That's a little bit of exercise too. Oh, going to go live in a cabin. Lifelong dream is being fulfilled. Oh, volunteering at the Detroit Zoo. I bet that's a great zoo. Teaching yourself Latin. Travel to new places. Great. Those are some great ideas that you have. Yoga, mindfulness, the New York Times Daily Crossword Puzzle. Started doing Lego. Building things. Smithsonian Associates online program. I didn't know they had that. Facilitating parenting the Love and Logic Way classes. Wonderful. Wonderful. After you've done parenting, it's a great thing to pass on. Legos are great. Okay. Decluttering. Yeah, in caps. Learning to read the Torah. Wow. Some of you have some very ambitious projects that you're doing. This is really interesting. Oh, Wordle Portal and Octortle and Blossom Game and Connections Game. Oh, thank you for that link to the Smithsonian Associates. Oh, complex origami. Chris is getting ready to eliminate the drama when she dies by eliminating all of her things of value. Visiting museums. Those are wonderful ideas, everyone. Here's some more. Take your teacher class. Many of you have got the experience to teach a skill to other people. Learn a new language, which I saw in here. Dance or musical instruments. Try complex arts and crafts. You've done the easy ones. Lots of people use this time to teach younger people how to do the ones they learned as kids, and play challenging card or board games. So there are great things to do to go ahead and expand your brain and engage it. We need to keep our brains expanded. So We're going to talk now about one of the things that's a detriment, and that's stress. We need to learn how to manage stress. What are ways you manage your stress? Let's start with that before I tell you some examples. Yoga, pray, take a walk, journaling. That's a great way to stress. Meditate, laugh, hang out with friends, see a movie. Music, go for a drive. Prayer, art, and journaling. Call a friend. I like that. Guided meditation. Innova Cancer Support. Husband, son, and friend. Family is very important as our friends. And social connections. Go shopping. Wow. Gardening. Music, movies. Walk a dog 3 times a day. That dog gets a lot of exercise. Deep breathing. 5,000 steps a day. Mindfulness. Coloring. Wonderful ideas. Control my attitude. Don't sweat the small stuff because everything's small. Be a tourist in my own city. That's a good idea. Okay, some other ways to manage your stress are to confide in friends, talk with them, share your thoughts and emotions with trusted friends can reduce your stress and strengthen social bonds. Yes, we are going to be sending you a copy of this, of the PowerPoint and information. Being silent and still can help quiet the mind. Practice what we call mindfulness or meditation, which some of you have already mentioned, even for a few minutes, allows the brain to reset, enhances your focus, and promotes overall mental clarity, stopping some of that forgetfulness when you're slowing down to really pay attention and quiet your mind. Take stretch breaks using maybe Tai Chi and yoga techniques to do that. These gentle, intentional movements combine physical activity through mindfulness, improve balance, reduce stress, and support brain health through controlled breathing and focus. Take stretch breaks, limit screen time. Regular movement breaks, relieve physical tension, reduce eye strain, and allow the brain to refresh, helping with concentration and mental energy. Many of you mentioned things that you do that break things up, like taking walks with your Yorkie 5 times a day. You beat the other lady who goes 3, or gentleman. Deep breathing is another thing to do. Intentional deep breathing increases oxygen flow to the brain, promotes relaxation, and can be a powerful tool for managing stress when practiced regularly. One thing you need to pay attention to is on AARP's site is their Staying Sharp program. That offers meditation and deep breathing exercises to help you get started. It's a great way to start. Some of you also added in the chat, take a bath, sing and dance as if no one's watching. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Kath, who's going to go on with the 4th pillar.
Thank you, Jean. That was very comprehensive. And now we're going to move on to pillar 4 through 6. So the 4th pillar is ongoing exercise. And this doesn't mean that we want you to become a marathon runner, even though that would be a nice outcome if you decided to. But it does mean that you consider ways just to move more So try to get 150 minutes of exercise each week, or strive to do 30 minutes on most days would be an excellent goal. Walking is a great start. Beyond the physical, exercise has many benefits. We know it's good for your brain, your heart. It reduces stress, as we've seen in some of your comments. And research suggests that being physically active helps increase circulation, reduce anxiety, improve sleep, reduce the risk of diabetes, heart disease, depression, and stroke. So overall, there's great benefits. First, talk to your provider about starting a new exercise program. Make sure that they are in agreement with it, and then find activities you enjoy. It's important to remember that to keep it up, you want to make sure that you're enjoying the activity so you can not join the gym and then leave it shortly thereafter. In other words, try to find something that you will really enjoy doing. So the goal, get active, would be some different ways that you can think of to do it would be to take regular walks, build endurance with moderate intensity aerobic exercise like dancing, running, or biking. Get in some strength training at least 2 or more days a week to tone and strengthen your muscles. And then work on balance, flexibility, and strength with Tai Chi or yoga, and that will help to prevent falls as well. So the next pillar, the 5th pillar, is restorative sleep. So sleep is revitalizing. It's important for supporting our brain health and our cognitive function. It's essential for overall mental and physical health as well. And if you feel like that you may not be getting enough sleep, do not worry. Insufficient sleep is linked, it's a global issue, and it's linked to 7 of the 15 leading causes of death in the United States. And over 69% of older adults report sleep issues. So you are not alone if you do have sleep challenges. We will give you some hints on how we can help you with that sleep to make it restorative. So 7 to 8 hours in a 24-hour period is what we should strive for. The National Sleep Foundation, which does a lot of research in this area, suggests that adults that are 65 or older not get less than 5 or more than 9. So it's just as bad to stay in bed all day or more than 9 hours. So not less than 5 or more than 9, but that 7 to 8 hours per 24 is a sweet spot that you should strive for. Practice good sleep techniques, which means maintain a regular schedule, a regular sleep-wake schedule, expose yourself to outdoor light during the day, and also keep your room comfortable and cool at night. If you need help with keeping your room cool, a fan is a great idea because not only does a fan keep you cool, but it also has that white noise sound to it that a lot of people need white noise or a sound going on in the background to enhance their sleep. So a fan does both of those. But keep the room cool and comfortable. And we need to practice good sleep techniques because people at any age can change their behavior on the way that they improve their sleep. Recommendations include maintaining that same sleep-wake schedule on weekdays and weekends. So try to go to bed and get up at the same times, regardless of what day of the week it is. Also, to avoid TV and other electronics when you are going to sleep. There are changes to sleep as we age. So a person who is over 50 should not expect to sleep like they did when they were 25. You may have to put more effort into that restorative benefit of sleep, but sleep is more easily interrupted as we get older, and deep sleep decreases between the ages of 30 to 60. So just recognize it. There's nothing wrong. It's just that we need to recognize that as we get older, that there are changes in our pattern and our degree of deep sleep. The body's internal clock shifts as well. So older people tend to get sleepy earlier in the evening. They used to stay up till late. Now they're getting tired earlier in the evening, but they may still get up at early hours, like wake up at 4 or 5. Listen to your body. When you start getting tired, go ahead and go to bed. A lot of older people now go to bed earlier and they still maintain that early wake up time. So these are all normal parts of aging. And so just recognize it and know that it doesn't mean that your quality of sleep is worse or that you have insomnia or any of the many sleep disorders that there could be. It just means that your sleep has shifted and your quality of sleep has shifted. So again, restorative sleep, adjust the caffeine intake. There should be limit your caffeine after lunch. That includes coffee, cola, chocolate, anything with caffeine. Beginning after lunch, you should try to avoid it altogether. Keep pets that disturb sleep out of the bedroom. Restrict fluids and food 3 hours before going to bed. This is something you can play with. So if you're getting up to urinate frequently during the night, then you try 3 hours before to limit all fluid before you go to bed. 3 hours, don't drink fluids. If you're still getting up and it's ruining the quality of your sleep, then push it up to 4 hours. Try 4 hours before you go to bed to see if that helps you get some longer sleep periods and more quality sleep in there. So play around with that one. Again, keep your room cool. The fan would really help, and it provides that noise if you need the white noise. And keep smartphones, TVs, and electronics out of the bedroom. They should all be turned off 30 minutes prior to going to bed because that blue light does stimulate your brain, and we need to settle our brain down. And we actually sleep because our brains are tired, not our bodies. Sometimes we feel our bodies giving out on us, we're so tired, but it's our brains that are tired, and that's why we sleep. Okay. Next and last pillar is eat right. This is the sixth pillar that we'll discuss. And what you eat may also impact your brain health. There is no one specific diet, unfortunately, that's been proven to maintain or improve your brain health. But we have looked at studies that have found that certain eating plans do support that brain health. So we're not endorsing one over the other, but I'm going to give you some suggestions on some diets and especially some foods that will make a big difference in your brain health. So if you look on the left-hand side of the slide here, choose to eat less sugar, salt, meat. That's what we need to strive for in our diets. That will improve our brain health. Look at the right-hand side, please. Choose to eat more fish and seafood, nuts, grains, beans, leafy green vegetables, and healthy fats like olive oil. Those are all very beneficial. So we strive to eat more on the right column and less of the items on the left column. So some examples of eating plans, like I said, there's not one diet that we endorse that's going to help. But the Mediterranean diet emphasizes foods rich in nutrients that support brain function. The Mediterranean diet, we know, reduces inflammation and it promotes heart health and lowers the risk of cognitive decline. It also includes the omega-3 fatty acids from the seafood and antioxidants from the plant-based foods that protect our brain cells and may improve our memory and cognitive flexibility. Then the other one that you may have heard of, especially if you happen to be a cardiac patient, is the DASH diet, which is DASH, DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension Diet. And this was designed for cardiology to reduce high blood pressure, but they found it also contributed to brain health because it promoted cardiovascular function and therefore improved the circulation to your brain and improved the cognition. So the third one that I'll mention is a combination of the Mediterranean plus the DASH diet, and that is called the MIND diet, MIND, and that stands for Mediterranean Dash Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. A mouthful, but that's one diet that now we're looking at. It's a hybrid approach between the two very popular diets that we do know enhance our cognitive ability. And it highlights the brain supportive foods such as berries, leafy greens, nuts, grains, and it discourages processed food and excessive saturated fats. So this MIND diet also has shown to lower the risk of Alzheimer's and age-related cognitive decline by emphasizing neuroprotective nutrients that safeguard our brain function. So again, reminder to eat less of those items, the sugar, salt, and meat, and more of the other items. And I also just want to say that we're always looking at at research to see from our nutrition viewpoint what ultimately, if hopefully someday we can recommend one diet that would be best. But right now, the research is still out on that. So looking at the slide we have in front of us, some examples of brain healthy foods to consider while you're eating at every meal, or throughout the day, I should say. Serve your plate full of vegetables like kale, spinach, broccoli, whole berries, and they can be fresh, frozen, or canned. It doesn't matter. They're all okay and helpful. Use vinegar, lemon, herbs, and spices for flavor instead of too much salt or sugar. And eat more fish like salmon and sardines. And don't forget that nuts like almonds and walnuts, they're extremely good for you, but we have to eat those in moderation because they're kind of packed with calories. So those are in moderation. I do see a question there that says, what does the DASH stand for again? The DASH is a cardiac diet. It's dietary approaches to stop hypertension, DASH, dietary approaches to stop hypertension, DASH. Thank you for that question. Okay. So now risk or threats to brain health. We would not be complete in our topic today if we didn't list some of the risks and threats to our brain health. And I have them listed here. Smoking increases the risk of heart attack and stroke, just as the last one, heart disease, the same thing, increases the risk of heart attack and stroke, just like smoking. So both of those make it much riskier for our heart health. Depression doubles the risk for cognitive decline. Depression is not a normal part of aging. Please keep that in mind. It is not normal to be depressed as you age. If you are feeling that you have symptoms of depression, please speak to your provider about that and seek treatment if you have symptoms, and your provider will guide you on that. But it's important to remember it's not a normal part of aging. Certain medications like antihistamines, sleep aids, some antidepressants, they have been shown to increase the risk of dementia. And so it's important that your provider knows everything that you're taking, including over-the-counter medications. There's interactions that we want to make sure you're not taking one thing that's going to be contraindicated by taking another medication. You're going to count each of those meds out. So make sure your provider knows all meds, including over the counter. And also your pharmacist is a great asset as well to look at your medication profile. Diabetes damages the blood vessels throughout your whole body, including your brain. It also increases your risk of heart disease, memory problems, and Alzheimer's. And then hearing and vision loss are linked to trouble with thinking and memory. Think of your eyes and ears as sensory extensions to your brain. And if you are experiencing hearing loss or vision impairment, please seek a healthcare provider's input. So what can we do? What are some of the tips that we can focus on that will help us? Well, the first one is to establish a routine. Put everyday items in the same place so they're easier to find. Hang your keys in the same place. Put your glasses in the same place. And it'll be much easier and you're going to save time if you establish routines like that. Very simple, but sometimes we forget to do that, right? Pay attention. Pay attention to the information you want to remember. And it sounds like common sense, but concentration is key. You need to practice self-talk sometimes to maintain your focus. If you're going to the laundry room to check the dryer, as you're going to the laundry room, say, I'm going to check the dryer. I'm going to check the dryer. I'm going to check the dryer as I see something on the carpet. And then I pause to take care of the carpet and go get the vacuum cleaner out of the closet. And now, what was I doing in the first place? If I said my mnemonic until I got to the laundry room and to the dryer, I wouldn't be distracted. So pay attention to what we're doing and use the self-talk to guide you. Avoid multitasking. It's better to focus on one thing at a time. Again, use self-talk here too. And also make lists of things. And not only to remind you of what needs to be done, but it feels so good to check those things off, right? Give yourself a pat on the back when you check those things off your list. So make lists to keep you on track. And we know that tension and stress are associated with memory lapses. So take breaks to lessen that. And then your mind is for having ideas, not for holding them. So use calendars, reminders, alarms. Our phones now have the calendar. We can set the alarm. We can set the reminder. So put that stuff in another area. Keep your mind open for things that can't go in your calendar or your phone. Have creative ideas in your mind. And so living a lifestyle that incorporates the 6 pillars is something that you can walk through as I go through this and give you an example. How would you do it in your life, in your everyday life? Think through this. How would you incorporate the 6 pillars that Jean and I reviewed with you? To be mentally, physically, and socially active with special attention to diet, to better sleep, and to stress reduction. So let's start from the beginning, as you see on the right-hand side there. When you wake up, what would your day look like upon waking? Maybe you're going to take a brisk walk or do something some at-home exercise routine, or maybe you're going to meditate for 5 minutes. In the morning, what would you eat? What mind-stimulating activity would you do? Are you going to do needlework or painting, drawing, study a language? And I'm going to give you some websites, as Jean already reviewed a few of them, that can give you some great ideas for some stimulating activities to do. Lunch, what would you eat? Maybe a spinach salad topped with salmon and crunchy walnuts. You would meet all of those items that are very healthy for you according to the diets that we reviewed. Early afternoon, get together with friends, either in person or virtually, chat on the phone, take adult education classes. That can be done in person or online. Attend a book club meeting. Late afternoon, maybe some Tai Chi or meditation. Try to start slowing your body down for that restful night. And also, it's a good idea to be snacking on blueberries at any time during the day, but maybe a late afternoon snack. Dinner, what would you eat? Remember, go back to some of the diet that we reviewed, the Mediterranean, the DASH, the hybrid diet, and select something proper out of there. And then evening hours, you want to really start relaxing because now you're going to be going to bed soon. So read a book, organize your day for tomorrow, do some stretches, and go to bed whatever time you need to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So take action today. The aging studies consistently point to a few fundamental lifestyle factors that are linked to brain health. Adopting these habits that support brain health can contribute to cognitive well-being, regardless of your age. Making proactive lifestyle choices, including staying socially engaged, managing stress, your balanced diet, they're all factors that support long-term brain function. So incorporating regular physical exercise and making sure you're getting enough sleep, sufficient sleep, trying new mental challenges, they all may help sustain habits over time. And that's our goal, is to make this a habit. It's not a new thing every day. It's a habit now, and we just automatically incorporate it into our lives. So creating a personal action plan helps turn those goals that you have for yourself into achievable steps. And whether you're tracking eating habits or scheduling time for social interactions, writing down your intentions reinforces your commitment and keeps you motivated. Staying connected with the community or support system makes adopting new habits easier and more enjoyable. And AARP offers tons of resources. I'm going to share a few in just a moment with you that you can get some ideas from. And actually, I'm going to share them right now. Let's take a look here. Okay, so resources, AARP, this first one, and you will get the handout, so you don't have to copy this down. But the first website there, that's where you will find the latest news on brain health. The next one, AARP Staying Sharp, gives you access to tools and resources focusing on the 6 pillars of brain health we just discussed. The Global Council on Brain Health, Jean had mentioned it earlier. This is a collaborative from AARP, and that's where they bring together thought leaders that work to translate critical scientific information on brain health into simple actions that we can take every day. So they are dedicated to improving people's understanding of the steps they can take to improve their brain health throughout their lives. And the Keep Sharp, Build a Better Brain at Any Age. This is a book that you can order at this website, or you can get it at your favorite bookstore. This is based on some of the work of the Global Council on Brain Health that Dr. Sancha Gupta, who is the CNN chief medical correspondent, wrote this book. So we encourage you to take a look at that. And glean information from the Global Health or the Global Council. So one I want to reinforce is this one, AARP Staying Sharp. This is an online program that shows individuals how to develop habits that support brain health. So it uses interactive activities, expert guidance, and research-based tool. And it teaches people about the 6 pillars of brain health. Again, they are social engagement, lifelong learning, stress management, regular exercise, restorative sleep, and healthy eating, that all have been shown to support cognitive well-being. You can find all of these things in this website. And it also offers not just some tools, but helpful articles, recipes, videos, all kinds of things in there. So please take a look at this website. So in conclusion, today we've explored the 6 pillars of brain health. Again, I'm going to repeat them just so you keep them in your mind, but the social engagement, learning, stress management, exercise, restorative sleep, and healthy eating, all of which support the cognitive well-being. And maintaining that brain health is an ongoing journey. Even small daily habits can make a big impact over time. And so AARP is very committed to make sure that you have the tools and the resources and the information like tonight's talk in order to have you be able to incorporate these healthy habits into your life to support your brain health. So continue learning and implementing these practices, The websites that we gave you, they all will give you different aspects of brain health and will be very helpful to you. I do want to just add in also that AARP has a lot of activities in the community to promote the social activities, and they also do a lot of virtual offerings. So you may check with your local community AARP activities to see what they have going on. They do coffee chats, exercises, going to the movies, virtually and in person. So it's a great way to maybe learn something new and stay socially engaged. So just a reminder. So I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And I encourage you to incorporate the 6 pillars into your daily life. After today's event, you will receive an email at the address that you used to register, and it's going to have a link to a survey. And we very much would welcome your feedback so we can improve what we share with you. And so it'd only take a few moments to complete the survey, and we would greatly appreciate that. So we hope you enjoyed today's workshop and found value in this information, especially the resources that AARP has provided. So I'm going to take a quick, did Jean or anyone see anything I should address there? Okay, I don't see any other questions there. So gosh, thank you so much for coming tonight. And I hope you can strive to meet all of those pillars and have great brain health as well. So thank you again for attending, and we appreciate all your comments as well. We will take a look at those. So thank you very much. Have a good evening.